Okay, it's part two of building a music app. We're starting from step 46. It's a part one. Link to the part one is going to be in the description. So it's this link right here for building this app from FreeCodeCamp. So let's continue along. And okay, step 46. Step 46. Need to work on my accent. Now you need to work on pausing the current playing song. Define a pause function. Okay. Function pause song. Using the cons key. Oh, okay, so you want an arrow function. Cons. Okay. Oops. Should take no parameters. Okay. To store the current time of the song when it is paused, set the song current time of the user data object to the current time of the audio variable. You should not use optional shading for this step because user.song current time will not be null or undefined. Okay. Okie dokie. Wait, did I do it? No, he's shooting. Okay. Oh, let's just get it done. Set the song current time of the user data object to the current time of audio. Audio dot current time. So wait. Yeah. Dot song current time equals to audio. All right. Let's see. Remove interruptions. Acquire skill faster. Use class list and remove method to remove the playing class from the play button, since the song will be paused at this point. Okay. Button dot class list dot remove playing. To finally pause a song, use the pause method on the audio variable. Okay. So pause. Pause is a method of the web audio API for pausing music. And we already made, and part one, we made this audio over here. Okay, so this is the audio, what API we made it into the variable here. Okay, there you go. Okie dokie. Now it is time to test out the pause button. Add a click event listener to the pause button element, then pass in pause song as the second argument of the event listener. This is the function the event listener will run. Okay. Pause button dot add event listener. Then pause song. Okay, gotta internalize this. Next time. Then pause. Oh, okay, it's working. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Okay, before you start working on playing the next and previous song, you need to get the index of the song in the song's property of user data. Start by creating an arrow function called getCurrentSongIndex, of course. Get current song index. Um, user data. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm blanking out. Oh my god, I should have. Okay, okay. So you need to get the index of the each song property. Start right here in the front. Okay, so you just want a thing. Yeah. To get the index for the current song, you can use the index of method. The index of array method returns the first index at which a given element can be found in the array, or -1 if the element is not present. Cat, okay, the index 1. Inside the get current song index function, return user data. Okay, inside the return the user data the song's index of for the index argument set it to user data, the current song. Okay, so from user data, getting the songs, and then you pass the method index of. And for the index of, we're gonna get the user data current song. So we're trying to find that current one. Let me internalize this user data dot songs. So that's here. So play song, user data. So user data, you have the copied array. So you're getting songs. Data dot songs, and then data dot songs, and then you're getting the index of, and you playing the finding the current index. Okay, got it. Okay, user data dot songs dot index of. It is inside user data songs dot index of user data dot current song. Are you trying to make it one line? No, really? Really? Okay. You need to work on playing the next song in the previous and the previous song. For this, you will need the play next song and the previous song function. Const play next song and empty. Oops. Okay, you want one, just one. Okay. Inside the play next song, create an if statement to check. Okay, check if the current song of user data is okay. Okay, if user data dot current song is strictly equals to null, then we do this. This we check. Okay, check if there is no current song playing in user data. Okay, if the condition is true, call the play song function. Okay, so if it's true, then we're gonna play a song, I guess. Play song with the ID of the first song. Okay, so it will be user data dot songs, and then we're gonna pass the first one, 0. First song. Just gonna play the first song then. User data dot songs. First song. ID dot ID. Still. With the ID of the first song. Okay, user data dot songs ID 0. Oh, songs. Oh, okay. Oh, little hiccup here. So songs, and you will find the first song and then play the ID because we go by the. Okay, got it. Still, where am I missing here? User data dot current song. Also, they do want the conditional here because we're starting from scratch. Okay. Add an else statement to the if statement. Inside the else block, call get current song index and assign it to a constant current song index. So okay. Next, you will need to retrieve the song in the playlist. For that, you will need to get the index of the current song and then add 1 to it. Create a constant called netSong and assign user data dot songs current song index plus 1 to it. Okay, lastly, call the playSong function and pass it netSong ID as the first argument. Okay. Retrieve the netSong. For that, you will need to get the index of the current song and then add 1. Okay. Create a constant net. So this is on this one. Oh, my thing is dying. I need charger. Okie dokie. Oops. So constant net on, assign it, user data, songs, then current song index plus 1. Current song index. Wait, where is the current song index? Do we have that variable? I don't think we do. Unless we're gonna create it later. So ideally, I would have to put the actual current song. Oh no, right here. Oops. Oh my God, this is definitely getting brain farts. So it's right here. So we get the current song index and then plus 1. All right, so then that will be net song. Lastly, call the play song function and pass in the net song ID. Okay, lastly, call the play song function and just net song. Pass in the net song ID. netSong.id. Oh yeah, because they need ID. PlaySong works by the ID. Yeah, PlaySong takes an ID. Okay, so we always need ID. All right, no worries. Man, just the time to getting brain first now. 56. Now it is time to test out the PlayNetSong function. Okay, at a click event, listen to the next button. Add event listener. Click. All right. Then passing the play next song as a second argument to your event listener. This is the function the event listener will run. Test out your app by first clicking the play button, followed by the next. Excuse me. You should see everything's working as expected. Okay. All right. Okay. It's working. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's working. If you test it out yourself, you see it works. Okay, 57. Use cons for an arrow function called play previous song. Okay, so arrow function. And it's gonna be empty for now. And empty, yeah, yeah. Use cons and an arrow syntax to create an empty. Oh, that's why. Within the play previous song function, add an if statement with a condition of user data. Okay, this will check if there is currently no song playing. If there isn't any, exit the function using return. Okay, so in the if, we're gonna see if there's actually something playing. Data current song. So if it's null, there's nothing playing, right? If there isn't, so if there's nothing, you use return. But if there is something playing, you can always go previous. Create a constant name, current song index, like we did before. And assign it get current song index function, which we had over here. Get current, okay, thing. Play song. Render get current song index right here. So it takes the user data.songs index of and gives you the current song. So that's the function we pass to it. Can internalize this, not just follow dumbly. Okay, 59. To get a previous song, subtract one from the current song, of course. Assign it to a previous song. Okay. So again, const previous song equals maybe arrow function that uses user data up songs index dot song dot wait. We're gonna use this song index. We already have the index on that one, but we're gonna take one out. Okay, just brain farts all the way, and we're gonna use current because we already have right here. That's a key right here. If these are still like this, something's going on. Okay, oh, you still want to call. Then play song. and call it with previous song, but .id because you always need the ID. So you see now, not highlighted, it works. No, I didn't. Where did I mess it up? Okay, else current song index, and I've got this. This is to the index -1. Here you got doing the previous song and probably misspelled something. Current song index. Oof, that is, oh, current index -1. So wait. Sign it to this. Okay, because I only guess the index. I still need the array. Okay, user data. Dumb mistake. Dog songs. Those are little dummy mistakes. Okay, -1. User data. Dot songs. Got it. Current song index. -1 to the previous song. User data. Songs. Current song index -1. That's exactly what I have. To a previous song constant. To not a function. Oh, okay. You don't want a function. You actually want the actual array index. Got it. Okay, let me read the whole thing. Add a click event to the previous button and pass it. Okay, so previous button dot add event listener. Click and then play previous song. Previous song. Okay. Step 61. If you check closely, you see the currently playing song is not highlighted in the playlist. No, it's not. So you don't really know which song is playing. You can fix this by creating a function to highlight any song that is being played, okay? Using an arrow syntax, okay? Create a highlight function, so cons highlight current song, and then it's an arrow function, so oops. Inside, use the query selector to get a playlist song. So we're gonna give that and assign a playlist element. So okay, you want playlist song elements. So you're gonna get it document dot query selector all, and you're trying to get the playlist song element. Okay. Why did I? Well, you probably want all of this in one because why not? No, so highlight, spelled right, current song, you want an arrow function. Inside, you want to give the playlist song elements, got it, correct, a document dot query selector all to get, oh, right here, this is the mistake, play, the spelling usually happens sometimes, and now that that's right, playlist, it might just be this. No, that's not what I want. So where is there another mistake? Another easy mistake. High, yeah, high light current song. Okay, playlist song elements. Okay. Oof, you want a constant. Oh, that's what it was. I have to. Wait, why? No. This goes into this. Now I'm confused. Create a function. Inside a function, yeah, you say no, this doesn't. Let me just do the regular function. So inside a function, use query selector all. So document.query selector all. And assign it to, which we did here, assign it to play lanes zone elements. Where am I messing up? So it's a constant. Okay, so it was the little bracket. That's what we're missing. No. Okay, I created a constant. That's what we did here. Don't tell me, no, there's no way. It is the same thing, but who am I to argue against smarter people than me? No, that will not work. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me. Wait, is it this? No, no, it's not, because that will not. What am I missing here? Let me eliminate misspelling errors. Query selector. Eliminate spelling errors with this. Okay, it's not a spelling error. Oh, so oh my God, little space. Hmm. So it may have been a spelling error that after I put the brackets and remove the space, everything went fine, but who knows? You need to get the ID, step 62, you need to get the ID of the currently playing song. For this, excuse me, for this you can use the user data current songs ID, okay? Use get element by ID to get the ID of the current playing song. Then use template literals to prefix it with song, assign it to the current song. Okay, so to highlight the current song, okay, we're gonna name it to song. I'm gonna keep track of the spelling. Highlight. Nope. Light. Highlight. Highlight. And then document dot get element by ID. And we're gonna get a current song. Plain current song ID. Oh yeah, everything's by ID. It's gonna get the ID. Okay. For this, you can use it to get the ID of the current saying. Okay. Then use the template literals to prefix it with song and assign to prefix it with song ID. Oh, okay. So you want it to be song, then this. No problemo. So then that will be song and then get the ID of that person. And we're gonna give it to this. That sounds about right. Yep, there we go. Loop through the playlist song elements with a for each method. The for each method is used to loop through an array and perform a function on each element of the array. For example, suppose you have an array of numbers and you want to log each number to the console. And then you will log it, okay. Use the for each method on playlist song elements. Pass it the, excuse me. Oh. Okay, on the play list song elements. Dot for each. Well, good thing no one's watching this. Okay, you gotta make negative into positive. Pass in song L as the parameter and use arrow syntax to add in an empty callback. Arrow to add an empty callback. Okay. Parameter and use arrow format. So I'm going to add an empty callback. Okay, so you want to pass song L as the parameter and an empty arrow. Okay, function. There you go. Within the callback function, use the remote attribute method to remove the area current attribute. Okay. Within this one, this will remove the attribute for each of the songs. Okay. within the callback function. So within this one for each, remove attribute, and we're going to remove the area. Okay, area current. Remove attribute method. Oh, it's a method, so we have to each song. Okay, so it have to be user data songs dot remove attribute method. Oh, song L. Oh yeah. But we already passed song L, so it's a function. Oh, ay ay ay. Now you need to add the attribute back to the current playing song. So this is to highlight. We still highlight, okay. And we find the playlist song to highlight, ready. Then we remove the area current, okay. I need to add the attribute back to the current playing song, okay. If the condition send to highlight, song to highlight is here. So the current song playing for the statement set attribute. So same thing, it will be so we already close the for each. On song to highlight song to highlight dot set attribute to area current and true. Oops. Song to highlight. So that's this one, and that is an ID of song with ID. Hmm. Checking the HTML real quick. Inside the play song function called the highlight current song function. So play song inside this song. Highlight current song function. After that, play around with the controls to see how the highlight current function works. So the play song function right here passes the ID and all the stuff. And then the highlight current function here. So we pass this one. It gets the playlist song. This is song ID. Let's see. Cannot read. Reading source. Hmm. Cannot read source. So it's an error. Next, you need to display the current song title. Okay. Why did it fail before? Let's see. I want to see why it failed. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back. Inside, inside the place. Oh, because I did not put it on the place. Okay, it is the place on. So inside the place on. Okay, so I don't have to do place on. That's why. That's why it worked. Because we are already in current song. So we're already inside. So when it plays, it also is gonna play this too. That's what it is. So that's why it didn't work. Yeah. It's not about just following this thing through. You gotta understand it. Okay, here we go. This is what makes me burp right here, but I love it. Okay, that's done. Step 67. Next, you need to display the current song title and artist in the player display. Okay. Const and an arrow function to create an empty set player display. Set player display function, right? In an arrow, and make it an empty one. Inside the function, obtain the reference to the HTML elements responsible for displaying the song and song title and artist. Inside the function, obtain the reference HTML elements. Okay. So we're gonna get those two. We're gonna call them plain. Okay. Constant plain song. Okay, one by one. Hold on. Constant song artist. Okay. And then we're gonna go document and we're gonna get it by ID. Get element by ID. Yep. Get element by ID. And we're gonna song title. Yep. It's gonna copy this. Well, we don't need that. And we're just gonna do the same thing here. And we're gonna get this. Okay. So here we just in the set player we got the elements for the song title and song same play display. Okay. Access the user data current song title and user data current song artist properties and assign them to the current title and current artist variables respectively. So current title, we're gonna assign you user data. Let me just do it so I get used to this. Current song artist, right? And then const current artist user data current song, then title. Okay. Constant. User data current song dot artist. User data current song dot title. It's inverse. That's why. Hmm. This. There you go. Okay, step 70. Text content says the text of a node and allows you to set or retrieve the text content of an HTML element. Okay. Sample. You can use ternary operators to conditionally set the text content value. Here's an example of assigning the result of a ternary operator to a variable. Okay. Use the ternary operator to check if the current title evaluates to a truthy value. If it does, select plain song.text content to current title. Otherwise, set it to an empty string. Then below that, use a ternary operator to check if the current artist is truthy. If so, set the song artist.text content to current art. Okay, let's review all this. Text content says the text of a node and allows you to set or retrieve the text content of an element. Yeah, sample this. Okay, you retrieve it. Console log, that text content. So it allows you to set it or to retrieve it. So if you would have done console log element by itself, it wouldn't. So you need a text content, okay? You can use a ternary operator to conditionally set the text content value. Here's an example, okay? Equals condition, if true is this, if false is that, okay? Use a ternary operator to check if current title evaluates to a truthy value. If it does, set plain sound.text content to current title. And which one is current title? Current title is just the one that is playing now, okay? If it does, otherwise set it to an empty string. Okay, so use a ternary to check, evaluate, check if current title. Okay, current title to a truthy value. So truthy value will be a letter or anything, or you can just put true. True, then you set it to current title, otherwise to an empty string. Okay. Then below is ternary operator. Wait, why am I missing? Okay, yeah. Current artist, if it's truthy, nothing more truthy than true. And then current artist, and it's false to an empty string too. Okay. Ooh, you share with text. Oops. Okay, okay, I'm freaking lost on what in the world. Play song. Oh, if it does play some context too. Oh, okay. That's what it's not reading. Plain song dot text content. Text content to current title. So value is to true. Does say equals to it's true. No, hold on. Current title. If true, set it to days. Okay. And if it does, okay, for this one is this one. Okay, okay. Current title equals to true. Plain sound dot text content. If false, it's this. Let's see. Will this work? Okay, does this make sense for that one? So it does. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's start again. So if I do this, it said you should use the chain test property to place on, yeah? Plain sound dot content. It wouldn't work. Oh, Japanese thing. Current title. It's then able to check if current title value is to a true. Okay, to a true value. Let me see. So No. That's what I had before. Oh my God, I am oh, kind of stumped here. Let's see. Shouldn't work like this. No, because that's a variable. Playing song. What is the playing song? Okay, playing song is this. Player song title. So you will set it to the player song title. So that's what we want. So that's a variable. So we're gonna set it, and then we need the text content. So that one's true. So I actually just gotta figure out the other stuff. Okay. Couldn't, couldn't artist, son artist, son artist. Okay, let's see. Okay, had to stop because people were being super loud. Let's see. Okay, so I'm kind of confused on this, so let's look for the help. Oops. Never be afraid to look for the help. Part of learning. This is step 70. Let's see. Step 70, music app. Step 70. Okay. Use the ternary open error if it's true or false. Some it's false. Okay. See, when you read the step, it says set plain song dot test 2. So the word here is set, means assign plain set to something. The something is the result of the ternary. Okay, the result of the ternary. So if it's true, very well. Thing I am checking, yeah. Through this statement, thing that I am checking. Okay, so the thing that I am checking. So if couldn't title, and why is this one too? Well, don't tell me that actually messed it up. No, couldn't title, then plain text, and then see current artist. No, and it's not the true No. Variable name. I think I'm checking. Why would you do that? You need to set it. So that doesn't make sense. Well, that is not. Variable name, yes. Try to figure out which variable should be written in place of variable name, then write an equal statement. After that, write the ternary on the right side of the equals. So they want the current title. They want this to be set here, and then want this one to be set here, and then they want to check the statement, and then place on dot text content. So we're gonna give that to that text content or an empty string, unless we do it again. No, no, that's set planes on, yeah, so that's assigning, yeah, planes on dot that's going to something, yeah. There is something is the result of the ternary, yeah. Yeah, that didn't help much. So it will be the opposite. Right here. That will be here. This should be here and this should be here, right? The opposite? Really? Are you? Is it the opposite? No. Well, let me see. No. I am. Oh, that worked? What? So if it's true, then plain dot to the current title, which current title is the one that's actually playing. Oh, okay, I see, because this one is the actual title of the song that's actually playing. And then this one is just the HTML showing here. So we changing the HTML to whatever is actually playing. Okay, let's see that. Oh, my God, I see. So this is the actual text. This is the HTML. This is the HTML of the artist. But the actual artist that's playing is this one. is this one. Okay. Oh my God, that makes sense. Oh, that took me so long to figure out. Oh my God. Okay, step 70. To ensure the player's display updates whenever a new song begins playing, call a set play display function within the play song. So, okay, then we call this one set player display. So when it's playing, now you should see the song and title that show up because set player display is what we just did here. Okay, so okay, that works. Step 72. To make the application more accessible, it is important that the play button describes the current song or the first song in the playlist. Okay, an empty arrow function. Set play button accessible text to an arrow. You need to get currently playing song or the first song in the playlist. You need to get a currently playing song, okay? To do that, create a constant song and use auto operator to set it to the current song of user data, okay? So equals to user data current song, or it should be user data songs current song. What's the song? Songs current song or current song? It's one of the two. To the current song of user data or the first song, or oops, or oops, okay, or the first song of user data. User data songs, then that will be 0, and I don't need the ID, I just need the actual song. Do I need a title? Are we trying to get a title or just that? Let's see if that works. Oh, that does work. So it just pulls that, okay. The set play button accessible text function will set the area label attribute to the current song or the first song in the playlist. If the playlist is empty, it sets the area label to play. Use the set attribute method on the play button. Okay. Play button dot set attribute. Set attribute method on the play button and set the attribute name area dot label. I always get that wrong. Okay. Using the ternary, using a ternary, set the attribute value to play. Okay. Method twist. Using the ternary, set that element to set an attribute name area label. Set the attribute value to play some title or play. Don't forget you need string publish. Okay, so another one. Okay, set to play song dot title using a tenary. So the tenary will be if it's true, is that, if not. Okay. So let me do it outside of here so don't get confused first. So if, so tenary, hold on. So that value over here, play, play, button dot set attribute, right? Let's just do it like this so I don't get confused first. Equals to the condition, which is sound title no. Song title no, right? Song title equals no, right? You got the condition here. No, then you will set it to, if it's no, you will set it to play, right? You will set it to play. And if it's not no, you will set it to this one, to play dot title, right? Okay, so I'm thinking now we just go over here and do that here. So there, or we put some title equals no, play, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no. It says 1881, 81 days. It's gonna give me right here on the sun title. Experimental optional chaining is not allowed. And oops, I need to close this. And attribute name or label. Come on, let's go back to this 2 over here. Yeah, the condition. Okay, that's what I missed. Okay, okay, I see here. Set the function area label attribute to the current zone or to the first zone of the place. And if the playlist is empty, it says the area label to play. Okay. So the okay. So we're gonna do the area label constant. Area label equals to if song dot title is equals to null. No, then we're gonna set it to play. Otherwise, we set it to play play song dot title. Okay, so that's the 10 area there. Area label, right? Maybe I'll just do like this. And then we'll do the play button dot set attribute. Then the attribute will be area label, and it's gonna be this one, area label. It's gonna that. Should that work? No. Your set attribute method should have, so it should have song.title without the null. So it will be, I think technically this will pass, but it depends on their test. They're testing for this, so they actually want specifically this. No, you have song title, that the opposite. Wait, oh, I could have done. Maybe can I do that? Hold on. What if I do this and put it here? Maybe if I let me see if I get away with it. I actually would like to see if they let it slide. Area label. No, it will not let it slide, even though it is sun dot sun title that play song title. Then you got this, and then play. Yeah, even though I got the exact same argument, they won't let it slide because the test is actually looking for it here. And I'll get rid of this here. So technically it will pass. Yeah, it will pass, but they didn't want it. They wanted to test like this. So that's what they meant. Set this and then the 10 areas right in here, function. Yeah, that confused me with now 75. Okay, let me get comfortable real quick. Let's see. Okie dokie. Wait, hold on. Did you lose me? No, right here. Couldn't see myself. Okay, step 75. Excuse me. Now call Set play button. Button accessible text function. Inside, we read inside of the play song. Okay. Use cons and an arrow function to do the shuffle. Okay. The function, the function is responsible for shuffling the songs in the playlist and performing necessary state management updates after the shuffling. Okay. In earlier steps, you learn how to work with the sort method to sort the songs in alphabetical order. Another use case for the callback function is to randomize an array. Okay, yeah, because randomize an array. Okay. One way to randomize an array of items would be to subtract 0.5 from the math random, which produces random values that are either positive or negative. This makes the comparison result a mix of positive and negative values, leading to a random ordering elements. Okay. Mm. And that's all, and then you pass it the function. Method random gives you random numbers from 0 to less than 1. And you subtract 0.5, so it will always give you a random number. All right. Use a sort method on the user data songs array. Okay. User data songs array. So dot sort. Oh, inside the sort there. And return. Okay, then inside the sort we do method random. Random and 0.5. User data dot sounds. It should have a callback. The server should have a callback function. So really. Oh, okay. So what you're saying. So it wouldn't work like that. It should still need the actual callback. Okay. Otherwise, it won't work. You got a full function. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if you were to do just this, if it would work. This and then put it in here. This. Well, then it might not work here because they got specific test. Oh, it actually worked. Hmm. Look at that. It would have worked. When you shuffle the button, when the shuffle button is pressed, you want to set the current song to nothing and the song current time to 0. Why would you want to do that? Okay. User data dot current song equals to null and user data dot song current time equals to 0. You should not use optional chaining for this step because you are explicitly setting the current song and chorus to 0 respectively. Okay, so since you are specifically, okay, you will do the chaining when we don't know if there's a value, but since we're saving that value regardless, doesn't matter. Okay, so in sense, when you do the function, it says the current. Okay, things are slowly making sense. You should also re-render the songs. Pause the currently playing song, set the player display, and set the play button accessible text again. So we're gonna do re-render, the render function, right? Call it render songs function, pass it user data, the songs array as an argument, and then we use the pause song, call the pause song, because when you place a button, whatever is playing gets paused, and then set player display function, and set play button accessible text. Okay, so it's not playing yet. So what it does when you click that, it rearranges all the songs. So it's not sorted by actual alphabet, all right? Since when you place this, it says the play time to 0 and whatever you're playing to nothing, and it passes the song, and then it re-renders. Yeah, okay, that's what it's saying. Then it says the play display and the text to what we put here, the song that it picked to the first one. If it was known, it's the first one, so it says to the first one. The display, okay, display and the button accessible text. So accessible text to the current song or the first one. Okay, I see. Okay, you should call the set play. Oh, I did not call it. Okay, add a click event listener to the shuffle button. Okay, shuffle button dot add event listener click event listener. Pass the shuffle function. Shuffle function. It's time to implement a delete functionality for the playlist. This will manage the removal of a song from the playlist, handle all the related actions when a song is deleted, and create a reset playlist button. Okay. To implement the delete functionality for the playlist. This will manage the removal of a song, handle all the related, okay, and create a reset playlist button. Okay. Cons and an arrow cons delete song, and it's gonna give me a cons an empty, gives me an empty pass the ID. So we're gonna pass the ID. Oh, this opened by mistake. Hold on. I'll open a window here. Oh, there you go, ID. Use the filter mat method to remove the song object that matches the ID. Okay. The filter method keeps only the elements of an array that satisfy the call by function passed to it. Grade 3. Okay. So use the filter method on user data, pass in song as the parameter of the arrow comma function, and implicitly return to check if song ID is strictly not equal to the ID. Assign all that to the user song. So if it's not equal to that, it keeps it. Okay. You should not use optional chaining when you assign the result of a user. Okay. You assign to because all songs array will not be undefined or null at that point. Okay. So for user data So dot sounds dot filter dot filter, and we're gonna filter. What specifically we're gonna use filter? Filter the ID. Okay, the sounds that match ID. Okay, user data dot sounds dot ID. Should I use, it says not to use the conditional because it's gonna be there because you pass the ID, it's gonna try there. User data the songs, okay. So it gives me that ID, and then what do you want me to do with it? Oh wait, you want me to use on this chaining when you assign the result. So when you assign the result, you don't use optional chaining. Okay. So you use the filter on it first. Wait, hold on. So you want to assign it to this. So you want to use user data dot songs. You're gonna assign it what you filter out. And what you filter out, you pass song as a parameter of the area code function and use implicit return. And you filter song, and you're gonna get song dot ID is really not equal. So it's really not equal to ID. Okay, I see. So we give it an ID, and it's gonna filter all songs that are not equal to that ID and pass it to user those songs. I got it. Okay, and then that gives me everything but that one ID. Okay. Okay. Yeah, understood. We got it. See? Took a little while. We got it. You need to rerun the songs, highlight it, and set the play button. So we can do all of that again. Re-render. So it will be render songs function. Oh yeah, you get a path. Render. What are you rendering though? You're rendering the songs. And what else? You need to re-render highlight. So highlight function. Current song. And set the display to. Set play button. Accessible text. So yep. So after that song gets put into this, you re-render everything again without that one specific song. Okay. Before deleting a song, you need to check if the song is currently playing. If it is, you need to pause the song and play the next song in the playlist. Okay, so if user data a specific song ID current song.id.id equals to ID, then pause song. You need to pause the song, so you will pause the song, right? Then after pausing the song, you need to go play next. Play next. It's a play next function, right? And the songs. It's pause on, play next on. So yeah, play next on. So there's a pause on and play next on function. Play next song. Song. You create an empty, where is it? You should create an empty if statement with the condition ID. Oh, you still don't want me to do this. Okay, just to pass this test. Okay, if there is a match, to there is a match, then set user blah blah. After all that, call that. Okay, so after that, you will call the play song and set. Okay, so you don't want me to do the place nets yet. And then set play display, of course, because you're displaying a new one. And then user data dot current song equals to null, and user data dot song current time equals to 0. And at this the HTML elements user data dot song. Okay, let me see. This is just the add your elements goes to 0. Okay, so it goes back to the default. Okay, oops. Within the button element in the render songs function, add an on-click attribute for the value called delete. Okay, so within the button element, add an on-click that does for the value delete song and interpolate the song ID. Delete song and interpolate song ID. Song.id. So on the bottom, place on delete. Okay, so you already have that. Area label delete and then delete. Place on info, clicks on it. Okay, it's on title. So this is the place on this is the button for deleting. Okay, song ID. Okay, so it's a specific button for deleting. The actual function. Oops. Did the other ones have the function too? Oh yeah, on click, place on. Yeah, they had the function. Okay, forgot already. Delete on. What did I do? Delete song. Oh, I did not close. Did not close the parentheses. Okay, 87. Okay, next, you need to check if the playlist is empty. If it is, you should reset the user data object to its original state. Okay, the playlist is user data dot songs has length. Okay, so if the array dot length is less than 0, should reset. Do you want me to reset or leave it empty? Okay, so you want me to reset. Okay. Oh, you want it. Oh, you said less than zero or zero. Check it. Oh, you says less of zero. Okay. It's empty. Where did I get less than zero? If the playlist is empty, you need to create a reset button element and a text for it. This button will only show up if the playlist is empty, okay? Create element is a done method you can use to dynamically create an element using JavaScript. To use create element, you call it, then pass it a tag name, okay? Document.create, okay, tag. Document.create div, so you create a div element, okay? Or an h1 or whatever it is, okay? So you gotta call it a variable, then that. Inside the if statement, declare the reset button constant. Reset button. Oops, what did I? Constant reset button. And then, oh yeah, document dot create element. Oops, create element, and then create the button. Element. Okay, so we create a button. Now you create the button, you need to assign it a text. To do this, you need to use the create text node method of DOM. The create text node method is used to create a text node. To use it, you call it and pass it a text as a string. Okay. You can also assign it to a variable, my text. Okay. So we have the button. Now we need a text. A reset text. Reset text. Document. My God. Document, and then we're gonna do create text node. Then what are we gonna do? Reset. Okay. Reset playlist. Okay. Okay. Now you created a reset button. You need to assign it an ID and an area label attributes. JavaScript provides the ID and area label properties you need for this. For example, element.id will set an ID attribute and element.area label will set an area label attribute. Both of them are set their values as a string. Okay, so you use those two as a string. Okay, set the ID attribute of the reset button to reset. So, okay. Okay, you just do reset button equals to document dot element dot id. Actually, we just call it this, right? So dot id equals to reset. So it gives it that. And then reset text, is it? Oh no, reset button. Reset button dot element and dot area label, and we're gonna give it the area label of reset playlist. So that's the area label and that. Okay, you should use reset button.id Oh, we don't need the actual element, just element. Okay, that was not as clear. So just the element. Okay. I thought it was like reset button does style, does okay. So like that. Reset button dot area label. Yes, I got that. To create an area label, attribute name, reset playlist. I did that. Where did I mess up? Dot area label, and its name reset. Oh, right here. This is where I messed up. Reset playlist. Okay, little tiny details. You need to add the reset text to the reset button element as a child, and also the reset button to the playlist song elements as a child. Append child lets you add a node or an element as the child of another element. In the example below, the text click me will be attached to the button, okay? So we created the button click me. We created the text node that says click me, the button. Then to the parent node, we append the child and then the parent text. So to this, we append this. Okay, got you. So to the reset button dot append child, and we're gonna append the reset text. Text. Yeah, right. So that, and then to the playlist, to the actual playlist songs dot append. Whoa, append child. We're gonna append the reset button. So now the text is on the button and the button is to the playlist songs. Yeah, got it. Okay, now it's time to add the reset functionality to the reset button. This will bring back the songs in the playlist when clicked. Okay, to the reset button. Reset button dot add band listener, and when click, okay, passing a callback, then it's empty. To reset the playlist to its original state, spread all songs into an array and assign it to the user songs. Reset the playlist to its original state, spread all songs into an array, assign it user data. So, okay, so that's what you wanted me to do. The band listener here, okay, in the function, user data dot songs. So, and we're gonna assign it the spread of all songs. So we dun 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 all songs. So now we have a copy into this, okay? Because the song will not be null on this point, yep. So on click, it just makes a copy of the all songs, which is over here. All songs, the original copy that we have not touched because we were messing with songs with user data. So, okay. So that was always touched and we always mess this one, and when we erase this one, we still have this one, which we get it back right here. Use the data of songs and then we repeat the process. So we don't really lose anything. Ah, got it. Finally, you should render the songs again. Update the play button, the button's accessible text, and remove the reset button from the playlist. You should need. You also need to remove the reset button after from the DOM. Okay. So what do we need to do? Render the songs and you update the play button's accessible text. What do you want? Call the range? Yeah, of course. With source element as an argument to render the source again in alphabetical order. Okay. So right here, render songs, and then it'll be user data dot songs dot sort. Oh no, with the shoot it, with source songs as an argument. Oh, hold on. Source songs. I remember the source songs. Does the source songs have? Yeah, it does. It takes the songs and then pass the source and source it, so it doesn't need the user. It already has that. Okay, it's an argument, so I see that. Okay, then we're gonna set the display button accessible text with the function. Remove the reset button. Okay, so we reset button that remove remove. Okay, from the playlist. From the playlist. Some playlist song. Okay, so from this one we use and then remove. What we're removing is the reset button. You should use there to remove that is from the down. So is it on parentheses? What do we just do this then? Nope. And it will just remove it entirely with not actual stuff. Yeah, okay. Oh, so if we want to release delete something specifically from it, we'll put it in there. But if you just want to delete everything, okay, that works for me. All the core functionality are now in place. The only issue now is that the net song does not automatically play when the currently playing song ends. To fix that, you can set up an event listener which will detect when the currently playing song ends. The ended event listener is appropriate for this. It is fired when the playback of a media reaches the end. An event listener to the audio element. Audio.add event listener. Okay, listens to the ended element. Pass it a callback function. Always the callback function. Oops, with an empty curly bracket. Okay. Uh, ended. Okay. Notice that the album art. Ooh, change. Yeah. The album art in the HTML and songs in the user.data have changed. We swapped out the original songs for shorter ones so that you can test out your app in the upcoming steps. Hmm, okay. Songs for the shorter ones that you can use. Next, you need to check if there is a net song to play. Retrieve the current song by calling the index, okay, function, and save it in the current zones in the constant. After that, create a zone, net zone edge is constant that contains a boolean, blah, 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 blah. Okay, okay, let's rethink this. Zones for sure. Let's, yeah, there is a zone to play nets. So we're gonna, okay, get the current index. So cons current zone index. Okay, that will give me the current index. And net zone exists. Con also that contains the boolean true or false depending if the net zone exists. Okay, so if this net current if current index zone index it contains true or depending if the net zone. So net zone exists, so it's not. So it will be it's not. Then if it's not the last zone on user data dot zones last zone. So dot length -1. It's not the last element. If it's not the last element of the data, you will get true, and if it is the last element, you will get false. Okay. You should create a current zone index. Yeah, constant current zone index constant and set it calling the get current zone function index. Get okay and oh current. Okay. Yeah, you should check if the next song says comparing so length and current. Oh, so okay. Yeah, I compare it. So if it's not the last element because the length the last index of the array, that's what I have, is bigger. I just want it so you don't want it equals, you just want it less than. It would have been similar. Well, but if it's not, you also have lesser is not. Okay, that's true. That's actually true. Use an if statement to check next song exists. Then call. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, if net song exists, then play net song. Okay, net song. All right. And if it doesn't, if net song exists. Plain a song. If there is no song in the else statement, block use L to reset the current song key or to none. Okay. User data dot current song equals to null and user data dot song current time equals to 0. With everything set in place, call the pause song. Why are we using pause? What is this one? This is audio dot element. Oh, if it ended, okay. Yeah, if it ended, you pause it. Pause song set play display highlight current song and then set play set play button accessible text function to correctly update the player. Okay. Con rotation completes your music player. Now that we've finished testing and using the shorter songs, we replace them with the original tracks, specially selected by Quincy for you to enjoy. Ooh. And that is all, folks. Let me see. Copy this. Let's see. Nope, that didn't. Hold on. What? I did not do the highlight. Oh, okay, I did do. Highlight current. That's right there. Current song. There you go. And here we go. That was all. You got your music player done. All the steps. 99 steps. So with that, you have your own music player and you can recreate this with your songs and everything and put it on your website. Okay. Have a good one.